stop and take a little time out with me. Well, just take 5, just take 5. You stop your busy day and take the time out to see that I'm alive, I'm alive.
And that's what we did. Took time out of our busy schedules to take 5, girls that is, at different stages in their life, with different taste in music, and jetted them off to a jazz festival a half a world away.
I remember I had a music teacher in high school who I absolutely hated, but he was so emphatic that everyone had an appreciation for jazz music.
That's the oldest, Sydney, entering her senior year at Spelman.
I love old school music. I've grown up hearing it in my household. My generation needs to listen to this more. I think it would be perfect for them to kind of understand how our music developed.
Spencer just turned 18 and heading to Syracuse as a freshman in the fall.
I like a little bit of hip hop, just regular pop, a little bit of like old school music.
Brielle, 15, and days away from going to BET's camp, Black Girls Rock.
Most 12-year-olds listen to pop like Katy Perry and Rihanna, and they don't really know of jazz that much as they should, because jazz started it all.
Who do you listen to? Who do you like listening to?
It changes a lot. I like listening to Katy Perry, and I also listen to Vampire Weekend.
And the 2 youngest, Cameron and Gabrielle, cousins, both just months shy of turning 13. All these girls face the typical tween teen rites of passage, but there will be nothing typical about their lives over the next 4 days. They will leave their country on that most American of holidays, the 4th of July.
I was a little emotional. I kind of said to myself, okay, it's such and such time at home, how many more hours until fireworks, you know.
To attend a festival celebrating that most American of art forms, jazz, yet in that most foreign of places, Montreux, Switzerland.
Claude's, his festival is like, I call it the Rolls Royce of festivals, you know, the Maybach of festivals.
I had to wait for many years to get Arisa, to get Ella, Basie, Ellington, Miles Davis, and they all came, and they all came back.
It's a whirl of embassy parties by day and front row seats at the Montreux Jazz Festival at night, with shopping.
Ooh, short shorts. Anybody want hard glasses? Maybe not.
And sightseeing sandwiched in between.
So, of course, this is where Lord Byron, apparently, according to legend, carved his name in here into this pillar, dating back, what, to 1876, 1877?
It looks like just freshly carved, though.
And it might be. Who knows? Maybe it's an urban legend.
It might.
But it's the legends from every music genre that come to Montreux each July, making it the must-attend event of the summer. As a young reporter, I made my first trip to Montreux. The year was 1991.
Beautiful Montreux, Switzerland, home of a 25-year tradition, a jazz festival that just gets better and better with each year.
And now, 20 years later, I'm back, but this time with girls who hadn't even been born when I was here last.
Do you live here? No, we're from Philadelphia. I brought these 5 young ladies from Philadelphia to see what takes place here in Montreux.
Are they musicians?
No, they're young, 12 through 21. They're the next generation. They need to see this. Thank you for what you've done.
Special. Most people don't know.
This generation of millennials, some 80 to 90 million strong, depending on how you define the group, is wired to music like none before, and they understand its importance.
I feel like if they took music away, it'd be like losing a language.
Music can change people's lives.
Music is a way of expressing yourself.
If you want to make a crowd, a better thing, take a look at yourself, then make a change.
Whether it's R&B, pop, or hip-hop, the origins are in jazz.
And hip-hop groups like Black Sheep and Tribe Called Quest.
A gritty little something on a New York street. This is how I represent over this here beat.
So many of those groups incorporated that. You know, they might not have strived to become jazz musicians, but they understand, they appreciate, and they recognize the importance of this legacy.
Quincy Jones has gone on record saying that when he goes to visit schools and he will ask kids, you know, do you know who Dizzy Gillespie is, or John Coltrane, or Duke Ellington, their faces draw a blank. Do you think that that's sort of an accurate perception of your generation?
If you were to ask my friends, I think we wouldn't really know, just because we've grown up listening to like Miley Cyrus, and like we just hear her all the time, and just we probably wouldn't know about like the origins of where all our music comes from.
Or would they? Over the next few days, I marveled at the depth of these kids' knowledge about music and their openness to jazz.
It surprised me. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do.
There would be a lot of surprises in the coming days, and not just about the music. It was as if the girls, in order to understand who they were as Americans, had to leave America. And being a minority took on a whole new meaning.
It's sort of awkward when you walk down the street and people just look and stare like, what?
Probably because the color of our skin, there's obviously not a lot of us here.
At an unprecedented time in our nation's history, when girls who look like them live in the White House, their thoughts on being black.
Being black and being a woman, it's difficult.
On the responsibilities of African American performers as role models.
It's definitely necessary to educate other black women and let them know that it's possible, and just to have the confidence. And artists like Beyonce, I don't feel do that.
And they got to hear firsthand how jazz, that uniquely African American art form, is appreciated by the rest of the world.
In '82, I saw a magic woman on stage. It was Randy Crawford. Imagine me as young white man here in Montreux, see that diva coming on stage, and she made an amazing duet with Al Jarreau. And that changed a big part of my life. Since that day I wanted to listen to black music, and that opened my mind and changed a lot of my life.
For 4 days, the girls had a front row seat as witnesses to the power of music.
I remember we were walking down the street and we just heard this Just Can't Get Enough by the Black Eyed Peas.
Switch up.
And everybody just starts bumping their head because it just gives you something to come and bond over, and you just all know the song. And just like,
This was in Bern
on
Monday.
Yeah.
We couldn't speak to the girls, so I think they spoke German, but we all got the music that connected us.
An important lesson that while language and distance may separate us, it's music and its rhythms that are the bridge to uniting us.
Why don't you take a little time, girl? Take time if you want to.